AI will dramatically change your financial advisory business. That is a fact. But right now I'm seeing AI being used in a lot of wrong ways. So I'm not speaking to everyone here, but lately I've been seeing people use AI in ways that do things like undercut trust, dilute strategy, waste time. So today let's talk about 5 mistakes. And if you're doing any of these as a financial advisor, how you stop using AI incorrectly and you start using this unbelievable force multiplier to improve your business and to improve your clients' lives. So hey everyone, I'm Matt Neuman, Chief Strategy Officer at Advisors Excel. And if you're a financial advisor and you're sitting there wondering, how can AI really elevate my practice? I know I need to use it, but I don't want to do things like compromise trust or integrity. You're in the right place. But before we dive in, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to this content, and tap the bell so you're not going to miss any future insights that will help you grow your business. So the first major mistake that I see financial advisors making with AI is that they outsource it or they delegate AI to other people. They're not taking ownership of this themselves. You know, I heard the Microsoft CEO, Satya Nadella, say that AI will be as transformative as the personal computer, as the internet, and as the mobile phone, all combined. Most of us know Reid Hoffman, the LinkedIn co-founder. He had a quote out there that says, AI won't replace you, but a person using AI will. So right now, we're seeing far too many financial advisors that are treating AI like some back office project, like something that they would go and hand their marketing person or an assistant or an outsourced vendor to say, hey, figure this out. But I think we all, if we're being honest, know that AI just isn't another tool. This is a foundational shift in how business is done. So if you don't understand it and you don't own it yourself, you're just outsourcing your future to somebody else. Now, I've learned here at Advisors Excel over the last 20 years in consulting financial advisors that there are 4 areas that you, as the business owner, can't delegate. You shouldn't be delegating these things. You can't delegate the pace that your office runs at. Nobody else can provide the vision. Nobody else can protect the culture, and you have to know the numbers. To my middle 2 points there, 2 and 3, on vision and culture, my question is, what kind of vision and culture do you have around AI? And who inside of your office should be in charge of that? All right, the second mistake that we see financial advisors make around AI is that they're using it for tasks that should be requiring real human connection. So there's a New York Times bestselling author named Daniel Pink. Maybe you've read some of his work. He's done a lot of talks on business, motivation, things like human behavior. And Mr. Pink has said that the future belongs to a very different blend of person, high tech and high touch. High tech and high touch. So I get it. On the surface, it could seem like a great idea for you to automate parts of your business out to AI. But you, as the owner or the founder, the CEO, the leader, you've got to be discerning with this. This is where you need to exercise some pretty informed and intentional judgment on your own part. You have to be asking yourself questions like, where should AI be used? And I think we all can agree that those are things like mundane task and very deep data work, things like that. But there's also areas that we shouldn't be using AI. Conversations, advice, empathy. And this analysis requires some pretty careful thought on your end, especially before you just go launching into these AI tools. So PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, they are one of the world's largest professional services firms. I'm sure you've ran across some of their work. They do all kinds of global research and consulting and auditing. And they just put out a recent survey. This was pretty mind-blowing. They said that 75% of consumers want more human interaction as companies roll out AI. They don't want less. So the second mistake that some financial advisors are making is just as dangerous as ignoring AI. They're overusing AI in the wrong places. They're letting AI do the work that only a real human being can do. Connecting with one another, empathizing, building trust. And the moment that you're handing those conversations to a machine, you risk losing the very thing that your clients value from you the most, which is authentic human connection. All right, real quick before we keep going. If you're an independent financial advisor and you're finding yourself struggling with everything that's on your plate, Maybe you're feeling some anxiety about your future, or you simply don't have a clear plan or a clear vision for your business. We have a solution with the Advisor Success Track. You create clear plans for your clients. So my question is, shouldn't you have a clear plan for your own business? And that's what the Advisor Success Track gives you. It is a custom roadmap that's built specifically for your business. We're going to dig in and surface things like, what are the top performing independent producers who might just be one or two steps ahead of you? What are they doing differently? And then we're going to give you customized plans to scale your business. Just takes less than 3 minutes to get this thing started. What would it feel like if you weren't chasing leads anymore? Or you weren't feeling regret about missing time away from your family? Maybe you're not even stuck in the day-to-day operations of your own practice. That's what we want to talk about with Advisor Success Track. So just hit the link in the description below to find your personal success track, and you'll walk away with the resources tailored specifically to your business, areas that we can directly apply to your own growth. Now let's get back to it. Mistake number 3 with AI is one I see even the smartest advisors overlooking. And this is ignoring AI advisory boards or AI personas. Now, advisory boards and personas, you might be asking, Matt, what is that? I have no idea what you're talking about. It's not that complicated. An AI advisory board is simply a set of defined roles that you create inside of AI. Think about things like a marketing strategist or a compliance officer, an SEC trained legal counsel or client service coach. These roles that you can get consistent advice from and hear from these voices anytime that it'd be helpful inside of your business. An AI persona is similar, but it's even more focused. It's when you train AI to think and sound and respond like a specific kind of person. I've had advisors set up personas for maybe a 65-year-old retired client, or what your firm's brand voice should sound like. All of those things that you want to model and hear from. Now, if you don't set AI advisory boards and personas up, every AI output that you get, it can feel random and disconnected and not aligned at all with who you are as a firm. Now, the reason why this works, Gartner predicts that within 2 years, 80% of businesses will formalize AI persona strategies. Why? Because without these persona strategies, your AI starts to sound really generic, inconsistent. It doesn't even sound like you. So you have to train your AI to speak in your firm's voice. You're basically letting a stranger talk to your clients if you don't set this up. So I see this mistake the financial advisors are making here. They're inputting random AI prompts, and then they're hoping for the output that they get from AI on the back end to be magic. They're hoping that it sounds like them. But you can fix it today. All you have to do is learn how to use AI personas and put them together in advisory boards, and then make that part of your decision-making process. If you do that right, you're going to add countless experts and trusted authorities to help guide your business decisions in the future. Okay, mistake number 4. This is forgetting to use AI as a thought partner. It's kind of a strange concept. Artificial intelligence as a thought partner. But let's be honest. How are most financial advisors really using AI right now? I think most are using it as a slightly fancier search engine to replace Google. Or some people are using it to crank out the occasional email now and then when they don't feel like writing it. And the really, really advanced financial advisors, they might have mastered the art of asking AI to help plan family vacations when they're not working in the office. I'm joking when I say this, but I'm not, because you wouldn't be watching this unless you knew that there was a lot more that you could be doing while you're using AI. So I'm here to tell you that the real breakthrough, what the best financial advisors in the country are doing when it comes to AI, is they're beginning to think of it as a strategic thought partner. This breakthrough comes when you let AI begin to do things like challenge your assumptions. When AI is doing things like questioning some of your risk and decisions, and you're allowing AI to help you brainstorm some ideas. You're asking AI things like, what am I missing? Or how could this strategy backfire? You're going into AI and saying, what would my smartest competitor do in this situation? And again, earlier I referenced the Microsoft CEO, Satya Nadella. Again, here I want to quote him. He said, AI is not just another tool, it's a reasoning engine. It's a partner in your thinking. So that means AI is not here just to replace you, but it is here to push you. Imagine if you could have a world-class strategist on call with you 24/7, a strategist that never gets tired, that can immediately recall millions of books, and a strategist that's seen the situation you're looking at hundreds of times already, and they never run out of angles, never run out of different ways to look at this. That is the power that you're leaving on the table if you're not using AI as a strategic thought partner. And there are all kinds of challenging strategic questions that you could be sitting here asking AI. Things that you could go in there and be loading in as sources to review. Say maybe something like your monthly P&L statement or your annual marketing plan or an investment statement, an annuity illustration, and you want to load that in and you want it to better understand it, explain it, and help you grasp a better understanding of how to go to your clients with it, right? If you're like me, you might even get all that information and then you would ask AI to explain it to you at a 6th grade level so you can understand it. Just tell AI what you want it to do. But if you want to really learn how to use AI as a thought partner, let me give you a quick inside secret that I've been sharing with a lot of the offices that we coach here at Advisors Excel. And it's the exact words that you need to type into AI. We're going to cover that here in mistake 5 that most financial advisors are making. All right, the 5th and final mistake is not understanding or using the CRIT framework. And I'm going to explain this here in just a second. Now, I think most financial advisors are going on to their LLMs and typing in something like, hey, chat, write me a client letter. And then they're hoping for gold. It's like asking a stranger to draft your retirement plan. You're not giving AI any sort of context or background. You're just hoping for blind luck. So here's the problem. AI is only going to give you what you ask for, the way you talk to it, the instructions that you give it. In this AI world, it's called prompting. And prompting is everything. Sam Altman, he's the CEO of OpenAI, the company that is behind ChatGPT. Sam Altman said it best. He said, the magic is not the model, it's the prompt. Now, this is where the prompt CRIT comes in. C-R-I-T. CRIT stands for context, role, interview, and task. It's a way for you to be able to structure your prompts so you can type your request to an AI language model like ChatGPT or Grok or Gemini or whatever you're using, so that AI knows exactly what you want. It knows who it should sound like and what details that it really needs before it's producing anything for you. Now, the more that you're going to give AI, the better your input into it, the better your results. Don't be afraid also that you can just turn on your microphone and speak to your chat model doing this. You don't have to sit there and type out long novels. You can speak to it as well with your audio, whatever works best for you. But I wanted to give you a detailed financial advisor example, and that way this can become real for you. So first, context. Literally type in the word context. I'm going to come up with an example here. I'm a independent financial advisor in Kansas, running a firm that generates about $2 million in annual revenue, and my focus is on helping retirees and pre-retirees with financial planning. I also help them with retirement income and wealth management. I want to grow my top line revenue by 30% in the next year. And with that, I want to grow my profitability by 20%. I also want to improve my lead generation and my client retention. Other details that you should consider are that my target audience is affluent couples aged 55 to 70 living in Northeast Kansas. And right now, my current marketing activities are monthly education seminars. I do a weekly radio show, monthly client events for retention and referrals, and I do a little bit of digital advertising on Facebook. I just looked and my marketing budget is roughly 12% of my annual revenue. I have one marketing director who oversees all this. I have 3 other staff members who help execute our marketing activities. And for the last part of context, I want to improve ROI tracking so I know which activities are really working. So, hey chat, I want fresh ideas beyond what I've been doing the past few years. I want to look at maybe one additional marketing funnel next year. Team, you could type all that in or you could say it to your model, whatever works best for you. The more, the better. Now I'm going to type in or say role, and I'm going to say act as a senior marketing strategist who specializes in privately owned financial services firms. You have a deep expertise in helping advisors balance their traditional marketing and their digital marketing. You're an expert in setting budgets and measuring ROI. Now, the I part of CRIT is interview. Hey, chat, ask me one question at a time, up to 5 questions total, if you would like more insight or clarity before you give me advice. And then the last part of CRIT is task. I'm going to type or say task, and then say, create a strategic marketing plan for next year. And I want you to include your recommended marketing mix, traditional versus digital, that's tailored to my audience. I want you to suggest a marketing allocation and a budget allocation to all of my activities. I want you to give me key performance indicators, KPIs, and ROI tracking methods. And I want new campaign ideas that will differentiate me in this competitive market. Lastly, I'd like a quarterly roadmap of you showing me how to execute. And then I hit enter. With CRIT, you're going to stop rolling the dice with your AI models, and you're going to start getting consistent, on-brand, high-quality results every single time you interact with it. This framework changes how you interact with AI. So those are 5 common mistakes that I continue to see as we coach financial advisors, and ways that they are using AI wrong, ways that sometimes it's hurting their businesses in big, big ways, and how to start fixing them. Doing this for over 20 years, consulting some of the country's best independent financial advisors, I believe with all my heart that advisors like you deserve a proven path to scale your business. You decided to be your own boss for a reason, and I want you to find that. And in this new evolution, this new future, I want you to lean into that, lean into AI and all these other tools that are at your fingertips to empower your vision. And if you want to continue growing as a CEO of your business, we're able to discover and prioritize and work on the highest impact areas of your business. That's where you click into our advisor success track in the description below. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to our channel, share it with any of your other financial advisor colleagues or peers out there who could use a little bit more information on what we talked about here today. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in another great coaching video in the future.